A Groves woman is dead and a Port Arthur man behind bars tonight after a car was rear-ended overnight in Port Arthur. Police arrested 27-year-old Leroy Rideaux Jr. from Port Arthur after he was released from the hospital today. He's charged with intoxication manslaughter, a second-degree felony. This is a mugshot from a previous arrest. Investigators say they believe Rideaux was intoxicated and speeding when he crashed into the back of another car stopped at an intersection at Memorial Blvd and 39th Street. First responders took the driver of the stopped car, Maria Gonzales of Groves, to the hospital with critical injuries where she later died. A passenger in her car and Rideaux were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. KFDM's Haley Boole talked to one woman who says she saw the scene just minutes after the collision.
Broken glass, spray paint from investigators, a medical glove.
It was a bad wreck. All I know is the way it went, whoever was driving the other car hit the other person really bad. It was very bad.
What's left at the scene of a fatal accident at 39th Street and Memorial Blvd in Port Arthur.
Down in my bed and I heard a big old kaboom. So I went out on my balcony and I looked out and I saw two cars and one had spun around.
Bernica Fisher says she ran from her apartment to the accident.
Actually, I was scared. And I started actually praying as soon as, I felt, that it was very bad.
Police say a woman driving a Ford Focus and a male passenger were stopped at the intersection when 27-year-old Leroy Rideaux Jr. was driving north on Memorial Blvd and struck the rear of the car. First responders took the passenger of the Focus to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and the driver with critical injuries. 38-year-old Maria Gonzales from Groves died a short time later. First responders took Rideaux to the hospital with minor injuries and arrested him after his release. He's charged with intoxication manslaughter.
We're pretty confident from the signs and symptoms that we saw out there that he was in fact intoxicated.
Sergeant Scott Gaspard says officers believe both speed and alcohol were factors in the crash.
This morning coming in here, I saw one of the billboards on the highway that said there's already been 283 deaths in Texas this year, so we've got a long way to go to make it safe.
The aftermath of the accident, a grim reminder the number has gone up. In Port Arthur, Haley Boole, KFDM 6 News.
Rideaux could face up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. The accident is still under investigation.